living a life as, as a good life. All right. And the thing about it is one of the simplest rules that I can instill in anybody. And I can, people say, give me, what advice can you give me? Well, I'm not going to give you business advice. I'm not going to give you financial advice. I'm not, because, your way or anybody's way of doing things might be differently than me. So for me to try to give somebody business advice from an industry or from a profession that I don't know anything about, but if I say to them, I'm going to give you the best advice I can give you, here it is. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you.
Exactly.
The golden rule. That's it.
Yeah. I like to be able to go to bed at night and not think about like, oh, I ripped this guy off for this much. And then this, I'd rather go to bed at night and know that I did everything, as good as I could that day. And then that's next day wake up and do the same thing over.
Absolutely. What's the dirtiest car or you've ever seen? Tell me about the worst. What's the worst thing you ever pulled up on? Has that happened yet?
Yeah, that was actually a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of worked out because it was a woman that had just gotten out of a relationship. She had multiple dogs with her ex-boyfriend, and the dog hair was rampant in the car, and she needed it done by. I got there at 12:30, and she needed it done by 5:30, and easily something like that would have taken me 7 or 8 hours, but I 110% met her expectations. I mean, I was even getting an allergy attack cleaning the car. And I'm not allergic to dogs. It was just dog hair upon dog hair. But again, like I said, I quoted her fairly. I met her expectations 100%. And then there was even the same woman had asked me if I could remove a sticker from her car. So in order to get her done that day, I finished up. I got everything done. And then I returned the next day to, take her sticker off. She was happy, and you couldn't even tell there was a dog in the car. And before that, there was multiple dogs in the car. It was, I've never seen so much dog hair in my life.
I believe it.
Yeah.
The thing is, and something you just said is a great idea for people to be. If you could say to a customer, before I even start, can you tell me what your expectations? What are you looking for? What
exactly.
Is it? What is the final result that you want to see here?
That's what I always try to. I always usually try to do a walk around with them because too, when your car's dirty, you might not notice a scratch or something. So I'll go on a walk around with them. This way they, if they don't see something, then I point it out, then, that's, I don't want to be held responsible, cause I'm not that, obviously, to avoid any, upset customers,
Confusion,
which I don't want,
right.
But yeah, so we'll do a walk around and then I'll go up to them and I'll be like, what's something that stands out to you, or like, what's the most problematic thing, when you get in your car that you see that bothers you, and, I'll make sure to take care of that. But, I always like I said, to meet their expectations and to, if something's bothering them, I want to make sure that that's 100% taken care of.
What's really bad? What's really bad is trying to get the smell of smoke when you get a smoker. Because a lot of people, they don't stick the cigarette out the window; they smoke with the windows up, and the yellow stains,
all the fabric and stuff. Yeah, the fabric and all that holds on to the smell of the smoke, and it's possible to get rid of, but I'll never say I can 100% get rid of it. But if you do like a full carpet shampooing and extract the seats and get the because. Even, people don't notice, but, like sunscreen or lotion, that ruins the carpeting, like the material, you go to rest your arm up on the door, that'll eventually start to stain the panels on the door and, even dead skin and stuff.
Yeah, we had a baby bottle that I didn't know had opened up and somehow, the bad milk smell. Okay.
Oh yeah.
We ended up getting an ozone machine.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, you have sometimes you have to get those.
The ozone machine was the only thing. I mean, I tried every spray, everything. I tried. Even what they call professional grade didn't even get just.
I try to tell people, the car's only new once. Like, I'm confident that I can get it to showroom, but it's only new once. If it's heavily damaged or this or that, I can get it to almost showroom, but again, everything's unfortunately only new once, but.
Understood. All right. So his name of his company is Rob's Mobile Wash and Detail. So tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, Rob.
Sure. You can find me on Facebook at, that is Rob's Mobile Wash and Detail. You can Google that as well. That's located in Hicksville. The zip code is 11801. Or you can feel free to call me anytime at 516-244-3060. And yeah, that'll link you to everything, and that'll take you to the Facebook. You could check out my reviews, before and after photos. And I believe that links you to the Instagram as well.
Absolutely. So, guys, he's part of the Success Squad, okay? And those of you that know, we're building the Success Squad. Say that 5 times. Success Squad, okay? The bottom line is this is my our mobile wash and detailer of choice, okay? The bottom line is if you're looking to have your car taken care of, okay? And, and there's nothing better than having to get into a clean car outside and inside, okay? You want to give Rob a call. Once again, his phone number is 516-244-3060, okay? That's 516-244-3060. The bottom line, he's an honest he's honest, and he has the ethics and morals of a business person that you want to do business with. So not only do you want to have him do your vehicle, but you want to be able to reach out to other people to, hey, listen, I got a guy, that you're going to want to use for your vehicle.
Exactly.
Hey, tell your brother-in-law, hey, listen, your car looks like crap. Call Rob. That's a perfect line for you. If your car looks like crap, call Rob.
And also, too, I want to tell the audience that I do have full electric and water. So whether you're at a house, office, job site, wherever, I could make it happen.
The first thing I said was that the vehicle, guys, go to his Facebook page, take a look. Also on the 495 FM and also on Long Island News Network, you'll see pictures of his equipment. This is not a man that's joking around. He's serious about his business. Okay, he has the equipment, and he has the know-how, and he has the ethics and the morals to be able to get the job done right. Rob, I want to thank you so much for taking the time with me today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Eric.
Hey, no problem at all. Once again, it's Rob's Mobile Wash and Detail, 516-244-3060. Rob, I got to get you to do my car. I'll be calling you real soon, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Very good. Rob's Mobile Wash and Detail, 516-244-3060. Come on, get into the Success Squad and call Rob today.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, let's be real. There are a lot of pre-owned car lots out there. You've seen them, right? Some look like they might double as a haunted house after dark, but not West Islip Auto Sales. Oh, no. They are in a league of their own. From reliable commuters to sporty coupes to SUVs that could fit your whole soccer team, I have got to say that their selection is seriously impressive. And the best part, you don't even have to leave your house to shop. Just head over to www.westislipautosales.com. All right, browse their inventory, check out their financing options, and even get pre-approved, all without putting on your pants. Talk about convenience. I would wear your pants if you're going to go there, but if you're doing, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, but it's not just about the cars, it's about the experience. The team at West Islip Auto Sales, they're friendly, they're honest, and they know how to make car shopping actually fun. They even make trading in your old ride simple and hassle-free. So why waste your time at those other lots when you can shop smart, shop easy, and shop online with West Islip Auto Sales? Call them at 631-318-3156. That's 631-318-3156. Or visit them at 421 Sunrise Highway, West Islip, New York. Again, their website, www.westislipautosales.com. You're not going to regret it. West Islip Auto Sales. Great cars, unbeatable prices, and a shopping experience that you will actually enjoy. Go there today. Come on, West Islip Auto Sales. 421 Sunrise Highway, West Islip, 631-318-3156, or go to their website, www.westislipautosales.com.
Have you ever seen the movie Miracle on 34th Street? One of the things that got Macy's really upset was when the Macy's Santa Claus was sending people to Gimbals, all right, for things that Macy's didn't have or for a better deal. And you know what? It worked out in the long run, because when the dust settled, Macy's was actually doing better and had the people loving them because of that fact. And it's not every day that I get on the air and tell you to call somebody that could actually, in a sense, be my competitor, okay? But you know what? Allie at thehomemag.com is the real deal, all right? And if I see something like what she has to offer, and you're a home improvement company, roofing, kitchens, bath, windows, landscaping contractors, you name it, all right, and you're trying to get your business in front of the right people, okay, I want you to listen to this number, 180,000 homeowners. That's the audience. The Home Mag reaches every single month. Not random internet clicks, not people scrolling past ads while watching cat videos. We're talking about actual homeowners looking for people to improve their homes. And if you're serious about growing your business, that's the kind of exposure that makes sense. So here's what you do. I want you to call Allie today. Give her a call, 516-712-4192. That's 516-712-4192. Or I want you to visit, you can go visit thehomemag.com. That's thehomemag.com. Because when you've got 180,000 homeowners paying attention, you really do want your business in front of them. So give Allie a call. One more time, 516-712-4192.
Got that room that's looking tired. Got that list you never finish. Flip the page, find the spark you need. One call and you're in business. Call Allie at thehomemag.com. She'll help you find the pros to get it done. Log on now or pick up and call 516-712-4192. Hey, for your home, your style, your crew, Allie and the Home Mag made for you.
Take a walk on Main Street in Riverhead with me for just a second. You pass the traffic, the storefronts, people half awake, staring into their phones, and then you smell it. Real coffee, not that burnt gas station stuff that tastes like it was brewed sometime during the last presidential administration. I'm talking about Mugs on Main. Right there, 33 East Main Street in Riverhead. That's where the coffee is fresh, the espresso actually wakes you up, and the vibe feels like that kind of neighborhood spot that every town wishes it had. Got a meeting? Grab a table. Need a quiet place to think? They've got you. Trying to function like a normal human being before noon? Hey, coffee helps a lot, trust me, all right? But here's something that most people do not realize. Mugs on Main, they host private events for up to 50 people. We're talking wedding rehearsal dinners, corporate events, private parties, a warm, unique venue right in the heart of Riverhead where people can actually relax and enjoy themselves. So whether you need the perfect cup of coffee or the perfect place to gather people together, take that walk down Main Street. Stop into Mugs on Main, 33 East Main Street in Riverhead, New York. Give them a call, 631-381-0494. That's 631-381-0494. Or you can visit them online at Mugs, it's M-U-G-S, on Main.com. Come on, Mugs on Main. Great coffee, great atmosphere, and a perfect place to bring people together.
Head downtown, start your day. Riverhead, you know the way. Morning crew, same old view. They're saving that table just for you. Mugs on Main, come on through. 33 East Main, they're brewing for you. Coffee and friends, that hometown feel. MugsandMain.com, that's the real deal.
Hi, folks, this is Big Al, and like this jar of angry killer bees, the other car dealers in town want to sting you with their high prices. But folks, look who comes to your rescue for you. I said, look who... Mike!
All right, I'm here.
You're late.
I dropped my donut down the visor of this stupid suit of armor. Now I got jelly all over my neck.
Look, it is you, Sir Save-A-Lot, the knight of low prices.
Hear ye, I declare low prices at the kingdom of A&M. Al, this is radio. Why do I have to wear armor?
What?
Why don't we just do this with sound effects?
You can do that?
Get me out of this armor!
Mike, watch out for the jar of killer bees. Oh no, you smell the jelly on your neck.
No! Ow! No! Ow! Get a can opener!
A&M Autoland. We don't sting you with high prices.
Are you all right, Sir Save-A-Lot?
You better hope I don't find my sword or I'll be Sir Kills-A-Lot.
World where dirt, grime, and questionable driveway stains have taken over. One man, one hose, one ridiculous amount of water pressure. Enter Lancelot Pressure Washing.
Yeah, you heard me right, all right? He's like a knight in shining armor, but instead of slaying dragons, he's out here destroying mildew, mold, and whatever the mystery stain is on your patio, okay? I'm talking driveways, sidings, decks, sidewalks, basically anything outside your house that's gone from nice to what happened here, okay? And let's be honest, you could try to clean it yourself, but we both know that's not happening. So call the guy who actually shows up and actually does the job and doesn't leave your house looking like a science experiment. 631-600-0159. That's 631-600-0159. I'm going to tell you again, 631-600-0159. Or you can check out his website at www.lance- you know that little line in between there? www.lance-a, another hyphen, lotpressurewashing.com. Lancelot Pressure Washing, because your house deserves better and your neighbors are definitely judging you, okay? Come on, blast the grime, save your reputation. Lancelot Pressure Washing, 631-600-0159. Give them a call today.
Got green on your siding, driveway looking dull. One quick call, he's riding to make it shine in full. Lancelot Pressure Washing gets it clean on the spot. Dial 631-600-0159. One more time. Lancelot Pressure Washing hits the grime like a shot. Call 631-600-0159. That's 631-600-0159. Lancelot.
You know, I'm sure by now you've all seen the movie Wolf of Wall Street where he says, sell me this pen. Sell me this pen. And that makes sense. It does. It makes sense, you know, when everybody's trying to actually sell the particular pen rather than a reason that someone would need the pen. Okay? But when you take that into consideration, and we're talking about all the different types of sales training that's out there in today's world, sales training is broken. Okay? Because everyone is out here trying to teach people how to sell a pen. Like that's going to save your business. All right? Let me tell you what I want. Sell me a life that I want to wake up to. Sell me confidence. Sell me drive. Sell me a reason to say hell yes when my feet hit the floor. Because nobody's buying your product. They're buying your conviction. They're buying your belief. They're buying you. If you don't believe in what you sell, if you don't believe in what you're building, if you don't believe in the mission that you're pushing, then you're just another on the menu. So forget the pen. Sell me this life. And if you can't, go back and build something worth believing in. Okay? This is Small Business Owner Radio. Good morning. This is your wake-up call. All right, breaking news. Okay, my daughter Heather, she buys a car from a private seller. Big moment, proud dad, all right, she's got her keys in hand, smiles all around, and then 5 minutes later, bam, the check engine light comes on like it's announcing the apocalypse, okay? Now, if you live in New York, you already know what that means. You're not passing inspection, not today, not tomorrow, not until somebody actually fixes the problem. So now begins the search that every car owner dreads, trying to find a mechanic who knows what they're doing and isn't looking to empty your wallet while they're doing it, okay? This is when we found Auto Space Repair. Real diagnostics, real mechanics, real repairs, no guessing, no nonsense, just figuring out what went wrong or what's wrong and fixing it so the car can ride right again, all right? Check engine light, engine trouble, brakes making noise like a horror movie. Give Auto Space Repair a call, 631-789-1424. That's 631-789-1424. Or go online and check them out, autospacerepair.com. Auto Space Repair, because when that check engine light pops on, you need someone who can make it disappear.
That little light on my dash keeps laughing at me in the dark. Got that sinking stomach feeling when I twist up the key and it starts. Please, Mr. Mechanic, make it disappear. I'm begging you to fix what I'm hearing here. Do you really know what you're doing, dear? Call 631-789-424. Get me out of this fear. At autospacerepair.com, they keep me in the clear. Pull in, hood up, heart racing, oil stained boots on the floor. He said, relax, I've seen it all. Plugged it in, checked every code twice more. Please. Woo! Mr. Mechanic, make it disappear. That dreaded light's been glowing for a year. Do you really know what you're doing? Yeah, call 631-789-424. They'll make it crystal clear. On autospacerepair.com, shifting every gear.
All right, Carly, I want to talk about why your business card is lying to people, okay? Basically, you print out 500 business cards, you'll hand out maybe 12 of them, all right? Then how many? I'm guilty of that. I mean, I have boxes of business cards, like 500,000 business cards that I never handed out. And out of the 500, all right, that I hand out maybe 12 or 14 of them, okay? Some get left on restaurant tables, others go through the wash, and some right into the trash right next to my kid's art project. And somehow we still walk around like that rectangle is our brand.
Exactly. It's funny how we put so much faith in that little piece of paper, right? But at the end of the day, it's really all about the connections we make and how we follow up. The card is just a tool, but it's not the whole story.
Absolutely. It's lying to people. It's saying that you're the CEO. The CEO of what? Your couch, your cat, your Canva logo, all right? Look, business isn't built on titles. It's built on action. It's built on execution. It's built on visibility. Nobody's hiring you because your card says founder. They're hiring you because your content educates, your offer converts, and your follow-up game is strong.
Absolutely. It all comes down to what you actually do and how you show up for your clients and customers. And that business card might be a nice little introduction, but it's really the value you bring and the actions you take that truly make you stand out.
When I did my research and I started researching and talking about business cards, I realized that there has to be, I don't want to use the word art form, but there has to be some type of format different than just the average basic business card. Okay, so if you want to impress me, show me a QR code. We love QR codes. Show me the QR code that links to your actual work. Show me a way of being able to really see testimonials. Show me the value that you're putting out every damn day, all right? Not some shiny card that you hand out at the Chamber of Commerce brunch, okay?
Exactly. It's all about making that real connection and showing what you can do in a meaningful way. A QR code that leads to your portfolio or to glowing testimonials says so much more than just a title. It's all about being memorable and really showcasing the value you bring to the table.
Absolutely. Get your face or your voice out there. Offer a video. Create a killer landing page. And I'm talking landing page. Too many people are putting so much BS into websites that actually, people go, they want to know what you do, how you can help them, what problem you can solve, and what are you going to charge me? Okay, that's what they want. They want to know that. People want fast information. So that's why I say a killer landing page with all of your stuff, all right? Turn that into your new business card. QR codes are amazing, okay? And here's the thing I love about QR codes is that you're taking a QR code and you're saying to somebody, take your phone, turn on your camera, scan this code. What happens then? You are in their phone. Let people scan you, okay? Not stuff you in a drawer.
Exactly. It's all about creating that instant connection and making it super easy for people to see who you are and what you offer. With a QR code, you're literally just a scan away from being in someone's pocket, on their phone, and at their fingertips. It's a game changer compared to that old school business card that just ends up forgotten.
Absolutely. You're not in the business card business. You're in the get known and get paid business. I'm going to say that again. You are not in the business card business. You're in the get known and get paid business. Think outside the box, people. Stop letting a piece of cardboard do all the talking when you should be the loudest. You should be the clearest. You should be the most unforgettable brand in the room.
Absolutely. And that's the mindset shift right there. It's all about putting yourself out there in a way that really showcases who you are and what you do best. So let's ditch that old school approach and really focus on making those unforgettable connections.
Can you imagine, Carly, a business card? All right, if I handed you a business card and all it had on it was a QR code, it said nothing else. What would you do?
Honestly, I'd be super curious. I'd probably pull out my phone right away and scan it just to see what kind of cool surprise is waiting on the other side. It's such a bold move, and it definitely stands out and sparks curiosity.
Absolutely. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell everybody a little secret here, because sometimes when you search to make QR codes, first off, we can help you out with that as far as through the Long Island Small Business Owners Group, we can help you out with that. But I'm going to tell you a secret right now that's going to save you a lot of money, because if you go to search to do a QR code, the companies and the websites out there, they charge for that, okay? But ChatGPT, if you use ChatGPT, you can see, create me a QR code and for www whatever, it'll do it for you. And then you save that as an image, and you just made yourself a QR code without spending a whole hell of a lot of money.
That's such a great tip. It's amazing how technology can save the day. With just a few clicks, you can have your own custom QR code ready to go, and it definitely saves you from those extra costs. Plus, it's super convenient, and you can get really creative with it.
Absolutely. So again, I'm going to tell you, stop letting a piece of little cardboard or paper, okay, do all of your talking. And if you're going to invest in business cards like that, all right, make sure that you are using your investment wisely. In other words, create something that's really going to work, not just, like I said, end up in the trash next to an art project. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Don't be stupid. Okay? That's the bottom line. Carly, final thoughts. What do you want to say to everybody?
Well, I think you've said it perfectly. The key is to invest in things that truly represent you and actually make an impact, whether it's a QR code that leads to something awesome or just finding creative ways to stand out. Make it count and make it memorable.
Absolutely. This is Small Business Owner Radio, where we crush the fluff, drop the truth, and help you build a business people cannot ignore. Come on, scan, listen, and execute.
Yes, exactly. We're all about keeping it real and making sure your business stands out from the crowd. So let's go out there, make those connections, and build something truly unforgettable.
Very well said. Thank you, Carly.
You're so welcome. It's always a blast chatting with you. Can't wait to see all the awesome things you do next.
He's been called the success evangelist because he preaches one gospel, success with purpose. He believes faith fuels the fire, hustle builds the future, and every story can light the way for someone else. Today, he's here to dig deep, inspire, and deliver a conversation that could change your life. Please welcome your host, Eric Martin Koppelman.
All right, folks, buckle up, because today, joining me is someone who is making a serious impact right here on Long Island. She's not just a business owner. She is a powerhouse as far as I'm concerned. She's a woman who's built her career around helping people, serving the community, and proving that success isn't just about luck. It's about passion, persistence. You've heard her name, you've seen her work, and today you're going to get to hear her story. Please welcome to the show, as I will, Dawn Marie Maloney. Dawn, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm glad you're happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. And as long as you're happy, we're all happy. There you go. All right. So you are a licensed clinical social worker. Tell me, take me back to the early days of Dawn. Take me back to your early days, okay? Is this the career path that you wanted to be in? I mean, did you plan, like when you were a little kid, did you say, I want to be a therapist, I want to be a clinical social, take me back to the early days and tell me about Dawn.
Gladly. It's actually a funny story. So I did not want to be a social worker. I wanted to be a lawyer. And I was in college and I took a class, Psych 101, simply because it was one of the classes that was offered. And in Psychology 101, I fell in love with the thought of the mind. I fell in love with how it worked, and how we don't recognize how powerful it is and how much we can control within ourselves. And when I learned the way the mind worked, it also went along with my passion for helping people. So I wanted to be a lawyer because I wanted to help other people. And I recognized that the true way of helping people was through the art of therapy. And that is what led me down this path. It's been a very long journey. I've been doing this for, at this point, about 22 years. And I have changed my passion. I've changed my career paths all within social work. And I've learned how to do work with many, many different populations. And I have found a genuine passion for helping others.
There you go. You know, I'm trying. Albert, I think his name was Albert Ellis back in the day. And Albert Ellis came up with something called rational emotive therapy, and that in itself, one thing that hit me, and something that you just said, okay, is that what a lot of people don't realize is that we can truly control our thoughts if we choose to, and the way that we're thinking, and the things that we say, or the impressions that we make on ourselves, that governs our ability to be able to function in the real world. And a lot of people, they panic, and they don't know how to take that and to learn. And I think that's what you do, Dawn. I think basically between the therapies that you offer to either individuals or couples or families, being able to kind of, also the other thing, you know, taking that into consideration and talking about what I call an aha moment. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People book, they talked about a aha moment where all of a sudden you see things in a different light. And the thing about therapists, and correct me if I'm wrong, but your job, if you will, is to kind of redirect people into that correct mindset. Am I correct on that?
Yes, or teach skills, really. So our goal is to use psychoeducational factors to help others learn that it's not as scary as it seems, because when you're the person who's sitting in those feelings, it's overwhelming, especially when we're talking about things such as anxiety and you're going through these emotions that just feel so uncontrollable. Our goal is to kind of guide you to see that there is help, and there is a wealth of knowledge out there. There's so many skills that can be taught and learned, and ways in which you can help someone else see that the mind is able to be controlled, and to be able to help guide your feelings and manage them in the most healthy way possible.
Did you ever have somebody come to you and say, "Yeah, I'm here, but I don't think you're going to be able. I'm good. I don't think you're going to be able to help me, Dawn. I mean, but you know what? You see where I'm getting at? Some people,
Absolutely.
They'll sit in the chair and say, "Yeah, go ahead, try, but I'm fine."
Absolutely, yes, 1,000%. But it also depends on who you're working with, right? So if I'm working with someone who's kind of doesn't have as many reasons to be there, it's kind of more of a mandated situation for whatever reason that might be. That's sometimes the outlook that they have. But typically what we do in private practice is people are there because they want to be, right? So if you're coming to me, it's because you've recognized that something you want to learn differently, or you want to learn how to be a different version of yourself, and you're just kind of looking for guidance in ways in which someone could guide you to make these changes within yourself. So typically in a private practice, people are there because they want to be, right? Because you're paying your co-payments and you're coming in, and you're not going to just waste your money, waste your time, and waste your energy if it's not something you're invested in. And so in the practice that I do, it's private practice, and people are there because they want to be.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's like in today's world, mental health, I mean, it's a big, big issue, a big, big problem. And a lot of people are not able to get the help that they need. All right. Either because they lack the insurance, they lack the financial ability to be able to pay for the help they need, or the help that they need is not available to them. Or on the other hand, with the way things are as far as the keeping the records private and all that other stuff, you could have somebody that they have an issue that they need help with, but because of the privacy laws and things like that, there's nothing. I've been told, I've seen it, where people have said to people in addiction, all right, that they've said there's nothing we can do for them unless they want to do something to help themselves. And the next thing you know, the person is either I'm going to say it the way it is, because I know it for a fact that it happened to somebody I knew. They're either committing suicide or they're committing crime. And they're doing something, because they couldn't get the help they need. So what can you recommend? Let's take it as a parent, okay? Talking to a parent who has a child who has an issue. What can you recommend? How can they deal with that if they're having issues like that?
So you touched on a very important part of helping people, and it is all voluntary. And this is where it gets a little difficult. If we want more for our loved ones than they're ready to do for themselves, there's not much that we're able to do, right? We cannot force someone into treatment. And so that is the part where you were discussing, they have to want to be here. And that's going back to what I said. The majority of people who are at the private practice are there because they've asked for help. So there isn't anyone who isn't able to receive the help. What happens is they need to be willing to ask for help. Once that happens, there are so many people out there who are willing and able to help. And if I personally am the person that you call because you decide, I need help, I don't know where to go, I have nowhere to turn, and you simply call my phone number, I will guide you in that direction, whether I can help you or not. So if I'm not capable for whatever the reasons are, because there are a million reasons why my practice might not work for you. Maybe you need more care. Maybe you need inpatient care. Maybe there are just things I'm not capable of. I do have so many references that I could lead someone in the right direction. So help is out there. Thing is, you need to want it.
Absolutely.
And we can't want it for our children. We can't want it for our family. They have to want it for themselves. And that is where we struggle as loved ones.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. And that's what I want my listeners to hear that. Because sometimes we feel frustrated or we get angry with ourselves and with the other person because we feel we're not doing enough to be able to help them. And the bottom line is what we have to realize is that the person has to want to have help in order to be able to receive it. Correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
There's
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You do individual therapy, you do couples therapy, and you do family therapy. Now, when you're talking family therapy, are you talking husband, wife, and kids? Is that considered family therapy? Is that family therapy?
That is, but family therapy is whatever the individual defines as the family. So it could be that you are in a new marriage and you have stepchildren and they're not, understanding your role in their family. You can invite your stepchildren in. You can invite your parents. Your parents could be part. It's anyone you define as family. So
there you go. Absolutely. Yeah. I get it. Linda and I my wife and I used to do a radio show called Linda and the DJ back in the day when we first got started. And the tagline for that show was "She's happily married, just ask him." And I really played a character. I really did back then because I would say to Linda, and you're talking about couples therapy, what I'm getting at is we use that show as therapy because we were able to talk about things between us that other couples were able to relate to. People would send me emails saying, Eric, I feel you. My wife's the same way. And she would get emails, your husband's an idiot. But what I said, the one thing I said, I would say things to Linda like, I'd say, Linda, I did some research and today I'm going to help you with your anger problem. And she would respond with, Eric, you are my anger problem. But that, you see how you laughed? That sometimes we have to be able to, in couples therapy and things like that, we need somebody like you as the mediator and to be able to take a step back and to be able to look at things in a different light in order to be able, again, to be able to request and get the help that we need. So whether it's an individual therapy, a couples therapy, or a family therapy.
Definitely.
That's the bottom line. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Getting a new perspective too. Just getting someone else's perspective will sometimes make you see things differently than you have been seeing them all along.
It's the aha moment, they call it.
Right.
It's the aha moment. All right. So now, how long a therapy session? So if I say, okay, Dawn, I'm interested. I think, I want to talk to somebody and I need help. So what would I expect as far as availability or hours, and how long is it by sitting there for as long as you need, or is it a set period of time for sessions? How does that work?
So there's set times. Each session is 45 minutes. We do weekly sessions. And we offer both. We do in person and we do virtual.
Oh, virtual school. That's good. Yeah.
So for some people, virtual is what's convenient or just easier for their schedule. But there's also in person where you get more of a in person like feel. There's a different sense of feeling when you're in person versus virtual. There's just something. I don't know. I'm partial to in person,
I agree.
but we do both. There's just a different energy around it, in my opinion. But we do offer both, and it's myself and I have a clinician who works with me, and her name is Alexandra, and she also does both. So you would expect by calling our number, we would discuss with you what you were looking for and how we could help. We have immediate availability in the evenings. Right now it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We are capable of doing Saturdays. We just don't have that booked at this time because no one has been seeking it yet. And we do individual, couples, and family, as you stated. Couples is my specialty. Actually, I work very well with couples. I've been doing it for an extended period of time. And we handle everything. It doesn't, whether you're struggling, as you had mentioned before, with addiction, we help people who are struggling with addiction, anxiety, depression, anything you say, PTSD. We're there to also, put some, we want to change the stigma. I know that there's a real strong stigma against receiving mental health assistance. And the importance is we want to look at it as you're not there because you're mentally ill. You're there because you're mentally well. And we want to work on that mental wellness piece with you and just show you different ways to keep yourself healthy, mentally healthy. We treat the whole person. We recognize that a person is not just their feelings. They are, their mind, body, and spirit. They are a complete individual. And when you come to meet with either me or Alexandra, you will see that that is the way that we work with an individual or a family.
You talk about the way people look at it. Everybody pictures it like Tony Soprano,
right?
or like when you walk into a therapist's office, is she going to make me lie down on the couch and ask me if I hate my mother?
Exactly. Yeah. And those are some of the stigmas.
Yeah.
And people, they actually will shy away from asking for help for those reasons. Although in those moments there was, a comical approach to a lot of this. These sillinesses, right? But in reality, it doesn't have to be because you feel so out of control. It doesn't have to be because your anger has been, such a problem for so long. It doesn't have to be that serious. It could just be, I need some perspective on, or I need someone to just give me insight on what it is I'm struggling with, or am I struggling? Is this something that just is normal? And I say normal loosely because that I don't really think that that's the right term. There's nothing that's normal and abnormal about our mental health, but is it something that more people than not are experiencing, especially since COVID?
Absolutely.
There's been a whole different outlook in the way people are handling emotions. And it was a very scary time. And there's nothing that is to be is expected from that. Does that make sense?
Yes. And you know what? Even in today's world, when you hear people hear the word COVID, they panic. They automatically,
right.
Anxiety is like built up, because, in the news the other day, it was COVID is, COVID, they had a thing out about certain states where you had to be truly aware of the COVID virus, the COVID, and they scare the hell out of people. And, some people are able to deal with it and other people are not. There are people that during the pandemic would not come out of their house
right.
for months
right.
and months and months and months and months. And sooner or later, that's got to, put a real, a real hardship on people,
Right. It was very scary.
It was.
Right.
It still is. I mean, when you think about it, and they do things like all right, we're going to put the numbers up of how many people died today from COVID. I mean, who wants to, listen, Don't tell me how many people are dying. Tell me what they're doing to stop the people from dying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It caused so much fear in so many, and that had a lot to do with a lot of anxiety, and it continues. And we are definitely here to help.
Absolutely.
We've been working with that for quite some time, and no one is in a position where they can't receive help. So again, if we can't help you, we will help you find the person who can.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
it's just a phone call away.
Real quick, I just want to share when I came out of the military, I was suffering from panic attacks, pretty severe panic attacks. And I went to the VA, and they put me in front of a psychiatrist, and she didn't even look up from her desk. She just wrote a prescription and handed me this, and I said, well, is there someone I can talk to? Oh, no, just take the medication. Well, you know what? I had that medication, never took one of the pills. Never took one, all right? But when I'd go somewhere, I'd be with my wife, and I would have that prequel to a panic attack because I thought I was going to have a panic attack. And as long as I had the pill bottle with me, I was fine. As long as I knew the pill bottle was there, I was fine. But my point here is I started doing research, okay? And when I realized what I could do by controlling my own thoughts, and once I realized what was causing the problem, and the problem was coming from a different environment, okay, a military environment, and the control environment was changing. So it caused the panic attacks. Once I understood what it was, I never had another panic attack. Okay. Now, if that psychiatrist would have just taken the time possibly to talk to me, all right, and and when I realized when I realized the VA wasn't going to help me, and in today's world, the same thing with the PTSD and what they're doing with the young Marines that are coming back. When you realize that, and you have people like Dawn that have and her assistant or your clinician, is that what you called it?
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have people like that you can talk to that'll put you or try to show you a different perspective, you don't have to live with anxiety. You don't have to live with depression. You don't have to live with trauma. When you have a major life change, it's normal to change. So how do we deal with that? If you're a couple and you're having communication problems, if you're having conflict, if you want to get deeper into your relationship, if you're struggling with family and you need to resolve whatever it is, that's what a therapist does.
Right. Absolutely. So change is expected. Stress is expected, right? All of these things that cause us to panic or to lose control, because that's really what anxiety is. It's a loss of control or a loss of a sense of control. And when we recognize that we can gain that control back, and I don't mean control in the physical sense of you must have control, but it's about controlling our thoughts, our desires. It's about controlling our emotions and regulating the way that we do so. Coming to therapy, we will teach you skills such as coping skills and self-care techniques and things that we can do each moment of the day to just keep ourselves grounded, keep ourselves regulated. We teach breathing techniques. We teach all kinds of ways to just recognize that this is not the end of the world. This is, a one moment at a time situation. And sometimes when you pointed out anxiety and panic attacks, and you had mentioned that as soon as you recognized what you needed to do, you were able to no longer have panic attacks. And the reason for that is because you gained control and knowledge over what was to come next. And therefore you were no longer scared. Right?
Absolutely.
Panic. Yeah. And so again, it starts very simplistic, but we do deep work too. We work with childhood trauma. We work with, people who have had some significant traumatic incidences happen to them, things that they can't overcome so easily, and that panic sets in and those panic attacks. And there's, we're there to help the deep trauma, and we're there to kind of just guide people who, as you were mentioning, anxiety, depression. We're there for everything, and we can really help assist by teaching skills. We're more of a teacher in those moments, and psychoeducational techniques are the way to go. But again, each person is taken as an individual with different life experience. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you take it into consideration as a business person, because a lot of people that are listening right now are listening that are, either small business owners or entrepreneurs and things like that. A lot of times we put ourselves in the position where we are in a mode of procrastination or fear and, don't know how to move forward. And a lot of it, anxiety kicks in and things like that. And to be perfectly honest, I think, making an appointment with Dawn to be able to deal with those situations will definitely help increase your profit margin. Not that she could she's not going to guarantee that you're going to make money, but the bottom line is, if your head is clear, you can. It's a lot better off. You're a lot better off.
That's so true.
That's absolutely.
And I just wanted to add to that. If you're not, when our outside world is in chaos, our inside world doesn't produce. I'm so sorry. Let me just rephrase that.
Go ahead. Take your time.
When we're in
tell me
chaos,
about your mother. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
right. When we are emotionally in chaos,
Right.
Externally, we're in chaos as well, right?
There you go.
When we are externally in chaos, like our environment is unorganized, our thoughts are unorganized. We need to find a way to organize both internal and external environments for us to feel like a well-organized, well-oiled machine.
Absolutely.
Right?
I used to tell my kids when they would have an issue, I said, listen, I know you're having a problem, and I want you to understand that I understand totally emotionally, but I'm going to solve your problem right now. I'm going to solve it for you with two simple words. Just two simple words. I want you to sit down calmly, look me in the eyes, and I'm going to give you these two words that are going to change your life forever. And the kids would sit down and they'd look at me and I go, are you ready for the two words? Yes, Dad, give me the words. Okay, here are your words. Stop it. Just knock it off. No, I kid. Yeah. But no, sometimes you wake people up like that, just waking up. And the bottom line is, Dawn, you are definitely an amazing individual. And what you offer to people is a much, much needed service, if you want to call it that. Her website is Dawn Marie Maloney, and I'm going to spell the last name so you spell it properly. So it's Dawn Marie Maloney, LCSW. Maloney is spelled MALONE. Put the E there. Why? DawnMarieMaloney.com. I'm sorry, Dawn Marie Maloney, LCSW.com. You can get the link right on our website. Her phone number, all right, 631-210-6283, 631-210-6283. Her website is very, very compiled with all the information that you will possibly need to be able to call her, hours, availability, their approach, their rates, the insurance that they accept, and she talked about virtual or in person. So, Dawn, final thoughts. Yeah. What do you want to say to everybody out there that's listening? What does Dawn Marie Maloney want to say to everyone?
I want to say that there is always help, and nothing is too much for you to overcome. Just ask for help, and it's complicated. You're going to feel vulnerable, but we're there. Just ask. I also want to share that if you have Instagram and you are looking for some daily little quotes or little techniques of help, I have an Instagram page, and it's called Therapy with Dawn Marie. If you follow my page each and every day, I will add a new activity or a new little skill for you. And I look forward to helping anybody at all. Please just give us a call, follow our Instagram page, and look us up on our website.
And don't forget to laugh.
Laughing is the greatest medication on earth. Please laugh.
If you ever watch Mama, with Carol Burnett, I love one of the things that always sticks out in my mind when her character Eunice is going nuts, and she's ripping the hell out of the pillow and throwing stuff, and she's having a thing, and Mama's just standing there looking at her, and she goes, "I think you're nuts." Find something to laugh about. Absolutely.
It's a specialty, and I say what doesn't make you laugh will make you cry, and I'm not in the mood to cry. So I laugh often, and I teach others how to laugh. So please give us a call.
Absolutely. 631-210-6283. 631-210-6283. Once again, her website, www.DawnMarieMaloneyLCSW.com. Check out her Instagram. What's it called again? The Instagram is called what?
Therapy with Dawn Marie.
Therapy, and you can sign up. And, listen, let me tell you something. And if you can get that morning jolt, and just a little bit of an affirmation or motivation and things like that, let me tell you something. From experience, it makes a difference, folks. It makes a difference. Mm-hmm. And you're not dealing with a fly-by-night here. You're not dealing with somebody that got this, from a 1-800 course on Channel 11. You know what I'm saying? Dawn is actually, she's a professional. And she acts like a professional, and her company is professional. So if you're looking for help or you have questions, give her a call, 631-210-6283. Dawn, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, do you think I'm nuts? Tell me
my professional opinion?
Yeah, I want your professional opinion. You've heard me on the Go ahead, say it. Say, Eric, there's nothing we can do for you. You're absolutely crazy.
That is so far from true.
I know.
We can help you.
I know you can. Dawn Marie Maloney, everybody. All right, Dawn, God bless and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you, you too. Everyone too.
Warning, if you're sensitive to truth bombs, business reality checks, or stories about people getting rich doing things that make zero sense, you might want to sit this one out. But if you're ready to get slapped upside the head with motivation, ladies and gentlemen, business dropouts, keyboard hustlers, and one-day dreamers, brace yourself for a man who speaks fluent hustle, drinks sarcasm for breakfast, and could sell air to a fan. He's bold. He's loud. He's the reason your excuses just filed for unemployment. This is Eric Martin Koppelman, and this is They Got Rich Doing What?
Thank you, Gibson. Sell air to a fan, huh? Okay. I've heard sell ice to Eskimos. I've never heard the sell ice to a fan. They got rich doing what? Now, seriously, sit down for this one, all right? Everything we do here on Small Business Owner Radio has a purpose, okay? And I guess they got rich doing what is something to make you think outside the box, okay? A woman out of Oregon, she built a 6-figure business teaching, you ready? Here it comes, goat yoga. I'm not kidding. People pay to do downward dog while goats climb on their back. She ain't curing cancer. She ain't dropping NFTs. She's letting goats do, exercise on yoga mats. And she's laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, I'm telling you. Then there's this 19-year-old kid in New Jersey. Can't make this stuff up. This is realistic, all right? He made $220,000 last year cleaning sneakers. Not selling sneakers, not designing sneakers, cleaning them. Now, think outside the box for a second. That, my wife, because I'll wear my good sneakers while I'm weed whacking or cutting the lawn, and then she yells at me, and why'd you wear your good, and then she cleans them up. But this guy must have I have to look into this more. He must have a really great system, all right? Basically, he bought some wipes in bulk, posted before and after videos, and branded himself as the sneaker savior. You ready? He's got a wait list now. A wait list to clean shoes. And here's my favorite. A 43-year-old woman made $1 million. I'm selling, ready? Here it comes. Digital hugs. $5 for a virtual letter telling you you are loved and you matter. And people buy it. They bought it, all right, because we live in a world starving for human connection, okay? So what's the point, all right? These people, they didn't find some magic business plan. They didn't read a book that changed their life. They saw something weird. They saw something simple, stupid, all right? And they owned it. They branded it. They marketed it. They turned the ordinary into the obsessed over. And what are you doing? All right? You're waiting for the perfect website. You're waiting for AI to build your brand. You're waiting for your cousin to make your logo. You don't need a degree. You don't need 1 million followers. You need conviction. You need momentum. And you need to stop thinking that your idea is too dumb to work. Because guess what? All right? The dumbest ideas make the smartest money. They got rich doing goat yoga, sneaker wipes, and digital hugs. So tell me again, why exactly are you still broke? This is Small Business Owner Radio. We're the station built for business. No fluff, no filters, just fire. Okay, my name is Eric Martin Koppelman, and hey, make it a great day. You know, your wedding day is not just a date on the calendar. It's the day, and every detail matters, including how you get there. M&B Limousines, they've been trusted by brides and grooms for over 35 years to deliver something unforgettable. Not just transportation, but peace of mind. You plan the venue, the dress, the flowers, now plan the arrival with comfort, class, and confidence. From Mercedes Sprinter limos to mini coaches to coach buses, they are the wedding transportation specialists that know how to move people the right way. They don't just do stretch limos, they do modern luxury with room to breathe, space to celebrate, and chauffeurs who treat you like royalty. Every ride is backed by a team focused on safety, reliability, and exceptional service. So it's your wedding day, and you shouldn't have to worry about a thing, and with M&B, you won't. Whether it's just the two of you or a whole bridal party, whether you're saying I do in Long Island, Queens, or anywhere in the tri-state, M&B Limousine has you covered beautifully. Book your date now at mblimo.com or call 631-543-0908. That's 631-543-0908. Come on, don't leave one of the most important parts of your day to chance. M&B Limousines, mblimo.com, 631-543-0908, 631-543-0908. Come on, driven by experience, powered by excellence, focused on your forever. M&B Limousines. Give them a call today.
So let me get this straight. You got people out here turning a DUI into a 6-figure business, and you're still talking about someday, like it's a strategy? Yeah. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear is the kind of story that'll either light a fire under your butt or make you realize you're getting outworked by someone with a breathalyzer in their dashboard. Here's Eric Martin Koppelman with a segment we're calling He Turned a DUI into a $. This one's real, raw, and if you're still broke out after it, that's you.
Thank you, Carly. I'll give you a little bit of applause there because you deserve it. Thank you. You ever have one of those nights where one decision changes everything? Not in the Hallmark movie kind of way. I'm talking full on, what the hell did I just do? Life-altering screw-up. So let me introduce you to a man named Brian. Mid-30s, he worked in logistics. He's a normal guy, 2 kids, a mortgage, wore the same 3 shirts on rotation. He goes to company happy hour, and he has one too many, maybe 2 too many, all right? And boom, blue lights in the rearview mirror. Red lights, blue lights, wherever you are. You know what I'm talking about, All right, so he gets pulled over. Gets a DUI. His life is in the toilet now, all right? License is suspended, car impounded, court dates, breathalyzer machine that has to be now installed in the ignition. Instant reputation downgrade to that guy who caught a DUI. His wife is all pissed off, jobs on the line, bills stacking up, shame in full force, and it should have been a dead end, all right? So I want you to stop and think about that statement. It should have been a dead end. But here's where the story flips, okay? He's sitting in one of those court-ordered alcohol educational classes, and he's looking around. And he notices something. This is the thing. He notices something, okay? He's confused. He's frustrated, all right? Everyone in the room is lost. They don't know what classes to take. They don't know where to take them. They don't know which lawyers are ripping them off or how to get their life back together. So Brian says, why is there no playbook for this crap? And in that moment, the light bulb goes off, okay? He gets home, he opens up his laptop, and he builds a simple website. DUI checklist, court-approved programs by state, honest lawyer directory. I love that, honest lawyer directory. Yeah. Step-by-step guide on how to get through the process without drowning in shame or debt. And then he adds a few affiliate links to the course platforms. He creates a downloadable $29 DUI survival guide. He starts a newsletter with daily DUI do's and don'ts. And he offers to list lawyers in exchange for a monthly fee. And guess what? His first year, you ready? $82,000. Second year, $170,000. Now the man is bringing over $300,000 a year on autopilot. From what? A freaking DUI. Mm-hmm. Now here's the part where I kick your excuses in the teeth. You're sitting on ideas. You've got embarrassing stories, screw-ups, failures, heartbreaks, job losses, and you're hiding from them like they're dead weight. But that's not the dead weight. That's your gold mine. Brian didn't start a business, all right, despite the DUI. He started because of the DUI. He turned his lowest point into his launch pad. So let me ask you a question. What mistakes are you sitting on right now? I'll say it again. See, everybody wants to think of everything like rainbows and butterflies. What mistakes are you sitting on right now? What story are you too ashamed to tell, not realizing that it's the very thing that could pay your rent, buy back your time, and build your brand? Hmm? You think you think you're too late, too broken, too far gone? Nah, all right? You're just too scared to start. And if a dude with a suspended license, a criminal charge, and a court fine hanging over his head can build a six-figure business helping other screw-ups like him, okay, then what the hell are you waiting for? He turned a DUI into a dollar sign. So what mistake are you going to turn into a moneymaker? See, everybody's always thinking positive, okay? What mistake can you think of that you can turn into a moneymaker? Because you know what? Let me tell you something. You're not the only one that may have made that mistake. And maybe that mistake is a lesson learned that you can help other people. So I'll ask you again, what mistake are you going to turn into a moneymaker? Mm-hmm. There you go. Something to think about, right? Imagine that. If you're taking something that you screwed up with, all right, and learn from it and turned it into a positive that you can help other people. Just listen, you can make a list, not only of mistakes that you made, but just a list of mistakes. See, that's a business in itself, right? Putting a list of mistakes together and doing a newsletter on something that's lessons learned in the past. I'm giving away ideas here, okay? All right, jump on it. Because I'm sure if you made a list of all the different mistakes that people, not only yourself, but the people could have made or still are making, and how they can take that and turn it around. Because what happens is when Brian was dealing with the DUI, I'm sure he was depressed, upset. His wife is pissed off. His kids look at him like he's garbage. You know, his family shuns him, you know, and he could either sit in the corner, all right, and have a pity party and be all upset about it, or he could do something about it and turn his freaking life around. So turn your freaking life around if you're dealing with something. All right, this is Small Business Owner Radio. We are the station built for business. No fluff, no filters, just results. Don't forget to scan the QR code. You can take us with you wherever you're going. You can start building, or you can keep watching others get rich off the mess that you're still hiding from. Okay. All right. Make it a
Radio
great
fans, get ready for the voice that turns interviews into full-blown experiences. He's been rocking the airwaves since 2005, the founder of iRadio USA, and the mastermind behind local stations across the nation. Digital Broadcast Magazine called him the Larry King of the Internet, but with way more enthusiasm and way fewer suspenders. His nationwide morning show is a daily must-listen, and when it comes to guests, this guy does more than just talk to them. He puts them front and center for you, giving them the chance to inspire, ignite, and maybe even blow your mind. Whether it's influencers, rock stars, millionaires, billionaires, authors, musicians, TikTokers, or local small business owners, he loves sharing their stories and giving them the spotlight they deserve. Broadcasting live and coast to coast, it's the one, the only Eric Martin Koppelman. Let's fire this up and give you a show you'll be talking about for days. Here's Eric.
Yeah, here's Eric, and I am excited. I really am. I am excited. Listen up, all right, because today I'm going to bring in a guy who's flipping the mattress game on its head. He's not just selling sleep, he's selling success, he's selling hustle, he's selling hometown pride, all rolled into one damn comfortable package. He's the founder, the face, and the force behind Mikey Mattress, a brand that's been turning heads, stacking wins, and helping Long Island sleep like royalty without paying a king's ransom. This is not some corporate showroom chain nonsense. This is the real deal. Honest service, killer prices, and a name that people trust. So let's give it up for the man who proves that local business can still crush it, Mr. Michael Arizidi, owner of Mikey Mattress. Mike, welcome to the show, Mike. Mike.
Mr. Eric, I can't thank you enough for having me. Really, honestly, thank you so much.
That's what you wrote, right? That's what you wanted me to... No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm joking with you, Mike. I'm just joking, Mike. Anyway, no, seriously, I got to tell you, this has got to be one of the most patient... You know, I deal with a lot of people, all right? And usually when you deal with the corporate guys and stuff like that, they're like really, you know, suits and ties and stuck up in it. Mike, you are just the most patient, understanding, and kind man that I have ever had the opportunity to really do business with. And I want to thank you for that before we even start getting into it. So thank you.
Well, Eric, I can't thank you enough for, giving me the opportunity to be on your show. You've been, phenomenal. And I really, honestly, I can't thank you enough.
Well,
The biggest thing is that we want to make sure that, when you shop at Mikey Mattress, you're not just another number. Anyone who purchases anything through us, we treat our customers like family, understanding, how important sleep is, as well as how important, people's budgets are, is to be able to make these mattresses affordable so that they're 100% satisfied. And, that's what we do.
Take me back to the early days. Why mattresses? How did this all come about? Take me back to the early days of Mikey.
God, I got to be honest. I mean, I would never think in a million years, because you hear of mattresses and you think, who's what is someone to buy one every maybe 8 to 10 years? I didn't think it was going to be a business that, I'm going to be able to get into. But what had happened was a friend said, "Hey, listen, I have a whole trailer of brand new top name brand mattresses. Would you be interested?" And I kind of was like, absolutely not. What am I going to do with, 100 mattresses? But then I started talking to people, and boom, I kind of did a small lease at my friend Johnny's place right next door. We opened up, and I didn't have a name for the company. This huge tractor trailer nearly knocked down Hempstead Turnpike. Making a U-turn. And we unloaded about, 80 to 90 mattresses, like all top name brands, new inventory. And people were waiting on the street saying, "Hey, I need a mattress." And I said, "All right." And I didn't have a name of the company. And, my friend said, "Hey, this guy, you know what his name is? It's Mikey Mattress." And it kind of stuck. I went through, the 100 pieces, and then just started really getting, a good reputation, and just treating customers like I'd want to be treated if, I was buying something. So
now,
that's
how long ago was that? How many years ago did you start this now?
God, so that's got to be 2013, 2012.
Yep.
And then again, I did a 6-month quick lease in a small store. Unloading mattresses, my back's still killing me after a surgery, but actually 2 surgeries, but unloading trucks and just honestly, getting really high-end top name brands, making them affordable, listening to my customers, treating them like family, and just making sure, because again, a mattress is it's an investment. So you want to make sure that people are 100% happy, not only with the price, but the quality. And, that's kind of where it all stems from.
I got to tell you, it's a rarity. A lot of times, like on some of the other big retail stores, you'll see the corporate advertising that will include the owner. Okay, but the owner's not. The owner's really not present in anything except for the advertising. With Mikey Mattress, Mikey Mattress. Not only are the people that work for you, but Mikey Mattress, you are Mikey Mattress. Like what the guy said, hey, he's Mikey Mattress. You know what I'm saying? That's you are Mikey Mattress, and that's a beautiful thing. And what you're talking about as far as family and understanding that people's budgets. A lot of times people don't have. How can I say it nicely? Some of the big corporate stores, the prices of some of these mattresses are just beyond some of the reach of some of the people, and sleep is important. It truly is important. So you're giving the public, you're giving your people that are buying from Mikey Mattress the opportunity to purchase quality items at a reasonable price that they can afford. And that's a beautiful thing. That truly is.
Well, absolutely. The biggest thing that I've noticed is a lot of times when you go into a lot of these big, corporate, stores, a lot of times the salesperson is, trying to sell you, and he's, maybe on commission or whatnot. And if they don't think that you're buying today or, whatnot, they may not spend the quality time that you need to make that decision. So we take the approach of like a no pressure. We shop with the customers, we explain everything, we listen to their needs, we go over every single mattress that we have, and we only carry the top name brands and number one make and models, and make them affordable because they are, they're very expensive. So we're a mom and pop shop, so we don't have a lot of the high end advertising costs that some of these big corporations do. And, our staff and everybody is it's family. So we're all family, and we pretty much know, the way I train anyway, is letting people know, like, hey, this isn't something with a commission or a salary, and they do well, and they make sure that we listen to their needs, get somebody exactly what they want in their budget, and just, go above and beyond and do the little extra things to really make sure that everybody from soup to nuts is 100% satisfied with their purchase.
Absolutely. Years ago on the radio show, I had gotten a call from a woman who was asking me if I could help out her mother. It's a true story. And she had bought a mattress. I won't say where she bought it. Let's just say she bought a mattress. It wasn't from Mikey Mattress, all right? But she bought a mattress, and she bought everything, and they delivered it to the house. They were supposed to deliver it in a week. It took 6 weeks for them to get it. That was number one. And when it finally got there, the elderly woman the daughter was making sure that the mother was comfortable, with the mattress and everything like that. She sat down on the bed and she says, "This is not what I bought." So the daughter goes, "What do you mean it's not what you bought? It is what you bought." She goes, "No, this is not what I bought, because in the showroom, all right, when I sat down on the mattress and I turned around, I could put my feet on the floor. And when they adjusted, whatever they did, whatever the bed frame or such like that they brought was not what she had purchased and what she had asked for, okay? And they gave her a real rough time. This was an elderly woman, and all she wanted was to be comfortable, because she said, if my feet don't hit the floor, she says, I have problems getting out of the bed, and I live by myself, and I don't want to have a problem. So the daughter contacted us. She contacted us, and I actually called that retailer, and they were not very nice until I said to them, "Do you mind if I put you on the air?"
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as I said that, next thing you know, I'm getting a call from corporate, and they're like, "What's going on?" I told them, and it turns out that what the woman had ordered, somehow the stock got disappeared. It wasn't there and everything like that. So they ended up doing the right thing eventually. But you don't want to have to deal with that crap. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times,
and listen, a lot of times, especially with mattresses, it's not the easiest thing to shop for. We literally, we have hundreds and hundreds of, 5-star Google reviews to make it as simple and easy, and just listen to what the customers are looking for. Another nice thing that we do, we have delivery guys on site. Somebody comes in, I know me, like, I don't want to have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to get something. If I land something, I say, hey, listen, boom, we have it in stock. Let's go deliver it. We do same day delivery, setup. I mean, we do it all, Eric, honestly. I mean, well, for our customers, we've had customers who, like you just said, like they're elderly, who ask us, hey, do you mind moving this around? And, we take the time to do that for all of our customers. You're not just another number, you're your family when you come to the store. So,
Mike, what would you say? I mean, I guess it depends on usage too, but what would you say is the average length of a mattress life? I mean, how often should people be really, because I know, like, I'll be honest, right now, when I need a mattress, and I'm coming to Mikey Mattress. We've talked about that off the air, but the bottom line is, I think it's been about 15 years since we bought this mattress that Linda and I had, and I can remember when I first bought it, that comfort, that pillow top type thing. It's just not there anymore. So, what would you say is the average lifespan of a mattress?
Honestly, it all depends on how what you purchase, how much time you spend on the mattress. But I would say, mattress is a funny thing because a lot of people just get, in that work grind. They get up, they go to bed, so I'll give you a perfect example. My mother told me she loved her mattress, would not in a million years change it. It was probably around 14, 15 years old, maybe older. And for Mother's Day, this is probably now about 9, 10 years ago, I said, Ma, your mattress, I'm telling you, is not good. Trust me. So while she was out doing her, Italian shopping, we pulled the mattress, we put a new one in there. And she said, Mike, well, obviously it's my mother. So every time she says something, I go, Ma, obviously don't say nothing because it makes it look like my mom is saying that, But she said, oh my God, I didn't realize how horrible my mattress was until I received, this new one. So it's something that you don't really realize until you actually, do make the purchase. The mattresses are always constantly changing with new technology, the cooling foam so you don't sleep hot. We carry a huge selection of, all the top name brands. So we're typically, able to figure out what people are looking for. And I could tell you this, Eric, if your mattress is 15 years old, you're sleeping on an old technology and you're probably in a spring and you have no idea the difference that you'll feel once you purchase something new, and we'll hook it up for sure.
Well, when I come into the store, don't tell your people who I am because I like to mess around a little bit, and I'm going to tell them I want a mattress that I could sleep on. Is it possible that you have a mattress where I could put my wife in the other room?
Listen,
somehow I feel you guys would figure that out. You'd sell me 2 mattresses,
We'll say, hey, here's the main one, and here's the one for the doghouse room. You're in trouble.
Absolutely. All right, let's shift gears for a second. Mike, what's your definition? I ask all whenever I do an interview, I ask this question. What's your definition of success?
Oh my God. So, I mean, for me, I know that I cannot sleep at night if I know one person is not happy. I mean, I have to make sure I really, really, strive on just having happy customers. I mean, I literally will do whatever it takes. So, I mean, I'm on my phone all day long. I answer the phone. I'm very involved in with every second of operations in the stores. And I just love having happy customers. So for me, success, obviously health is everything and, family and all that good stuff. But, I'm a really, really hard worker. So, like I said, I just want to make sure that every single person who purchases a mattress through us is extremely happy. And we've had, a lot of success, thank God, based off of that, just listening to customers and making sure you're not just another number. And we, that's how the business really took off is, people will say, hey, I need a mattress. They love the mattress. They tell somebody and then somebody calls and it's almost like a family, chain of just people who are saying, hey, I bought a mattress for Mike and, people are happy. So that's the biggest thing, having happy customers, my customers to me. And I truly mean that all. Their family.
You know what I see a lot of times too, because there's other mattress places out there, but a lot of times they're empty. There's no one in them. You know what I'm saying? And you guys,
but that's going to be anything. Listen, that's all of these mattress companies. They're all fantastic in their own ways. They all have a great niche, and we're all trying to. And I wish any mattress company all the best. Owning your own business is not an easy thing. People think you own your own business and you're working 24/7. I mean, I'm sleeping and working. I mean, it's just nuts. But anytime you kind of, when we do busy stores, yes, for sure. But when you see a mattress store, you kind of look at it and you go, how is this place even open? there's nobody in here, because people will come in, leave, and so it always the mattress always looks like there's nobody there, like a library or something. But it's definitely an okay business. I mean, if you have a busy store.
You know what I hear?
Thank God we're busy.
You are busy, and you know what I hear, folks. And I'm talking to my listeners right now. When I'm talking to Mike, what I hear is a man that's ethical and moral, a family man, not only Long Island, but also now they have a store also in Florida, which I'm going to get to in just a second. But you can tell. This is the type of person that you really want to do business with, and the bottom line is we all have something in common. Eventually, we're going to go to sleep. Well, sometimes,
exactly.
Some of us not till later, but we're going to sleep. And the bottom line is sleep is one of the most important things that, as far as health goes, because if you're not sleeping right, usually your day's not going right. And if your day's not going right, it just doesn't fall into place. And the bottom line,
honestly one of the most important things.
Yeah. And by going into like dealing with someone like Mike and his people and Mikey Mattress, these are people that really care. And one thing Mike said before, they're going to listen to you. You're not walking in there and the salesperson has this one particular brand that he wants to push. That's not what's going on here. What's going on here is when you go in, they're going to listen to what you want, and hopefully they'll be able to match that up to your needs and the delivery. Mike, you guys also do shipping. You do nationwide. Am I correct? On
we ship all over the U.S. and we've had tremendous success with people contacting us and saying, hey, I just went to this particular store. The mattress costs this. What's the best thing to do? And then we would do free shipping throughout the U.S. On orders. Obviously, it's usually typically like $9.99 and up, because obviously the shipping costs. But we have fantastic success in shipping mattresses, all across the U.S. So a lot of times people will call me and they'll say, hey, I just left this store. Send us a picture of what the price was, and we usually are able to.
That's cool.
Really give them a really great price and really get them a great deal. So it's not only Florida, it's not only New York, it's worldwide. That thank God we've built just a great successful business on people's needs and just listening to what they're looking to do and what they can afford, and we make it happen.
So if somebody goes into another store, let's say, for instance, and they come to you for comparison, they can do that? Because I heard you saying something about talking about pictures. If I walked in...
Absolutely. We 100%. And a lot of times, too, even if somebody finds a particular mattress, if I don't have that one in stock, I may say, hey, listen, I have the next version up or the next higher end model, and I could easily, do that one and it you would still save you a couple bucks to get the next higher. It's all about making people happy and just getting your name out there to make sure that, people are happy and sleeping great,
They're located at 86 Hempstead Turnpike, really conveniently right here in West Hempstead, New York. They're also down there in Jensen Beach, Florida, correct? Am I saying that right? Jensen Beach?
Yes, Jensen Beach, Florida. Yes, that's a newest store, correct.
So here's the thing. If you're in Long Island, you can go here. Or if you're in Jensen Beach or you're down in Florida, you can go there. Or if you're in wherever you are and you're willing to spend $999 or more, then you can deal with the free shipping and have this mattress sent to you anywhere and be dealing with people that really understand and know the mattress business. That's the bottom line. And I got to tell you, his tagline basically says it all. For the best night's rest, come to the best, knowing that you always paid less at Mikey Mattress. And that's the bottom line. And I hope everybody that's listening out there right now, all right, I want you to go home. All right, I'm talking to the husbands right now. I want you to go home and I want you to look your wife in the eyes and I want you to tell her, baby, I love you, and what I want to do for you is I want to buy us a new mattress. And she'll go, what? And you go, yes, I want to take you to Mikey Mattress, and maybe, we'll go out for dinner and everything like that, and then we'll go shop for a mattress. I want you to tell that to your wife, because she's going to look you in the eyes and go, you're nuts. No, but seriously, just seriously, in all seriousness, if you go home tonight and your mattress sucks, say, hey, I heard something today. I can go to Mikey Mattress, and my mattress doesn't have to suck. I can sleep, and my life will be a lot better. There you go. See that?
Well, Eric, make sure that the wives don't tell the husbands, because then you get me in trouble. They're going to say, "Great, I heard Eric's show tonight, and now it looks like I'm buying a new mattress."
Who's this guy, Mikey, that you're sleeping?
Hey, thanks, buddy. I got to go out and buy a new mattress. Appreciate you.
Yeah, really.
If the husbands say it to the wives, we're good. If the wives are breaking the husband chops, we're in trouble.
Mike. Mike. Happy wife, happy life.
Yes. Yes.
All
Both have to be happy. They're both sleeping on. That's a common saying in the store. And I look at the guy and say, listen, you're going to be sleeping on this mattress too. Let's find something you both absolutely love.
Absolutely. Their website address is www.mikeymattress.com. I'm going to tell you again, guys, www.mikeymattress.com. They got an amazing website. Everything is right there. You can give them a call, 516-322-7112. I'm going to tell you again, 516-322-7112. You're going to hear their commercials on our station. But seriously, this is something that you really can't forget. I mean, how can you forget the name Mikey Mattress? You know what I'm saying, friend? So from now, next month, down the road, a year from now, whatever it is, the bottom line, when you need a mattress, you want to go to Mikey Mattress. So, Mike, what do you want to say to everybody out there? Give us some final thoughts. What does Mike want to tell everybody out there that's listening right now?
I want to let everybody know if they need a high-end, top-name brand mattress for definitely a fantastic price and fantastic service. That's what we're all about, and I look forward to earning your business and taking care of you. And welcome to the Mikey Mattress family, because that's what we do. We make sure that we really, really 100% take care of our customers and do all the right things always. That's what we're built on, and that's.
So can I consider if I buy a mattress, I can consider myself part of the Mikey Mattress family?
Oh my God, you're in. That's it.
All right, so Thanksgiving at Mom's.
Listen, you want to come to the Italian Sundays? That's for sure.
Oh wow, there you go. Yeah, pasta sauce and what was it? Pasta sauce and mattresses. What a combination. Anyway, guys, Mikey Mattress. There you go. Yeah, you're gonna need. Let me tell you, after you eat a nice Italian on an Italian Sunday, because I went out with an Italian girl for almost 6 years when I was younger, and let me tell you something. After an Italian Sunday, you're gonna need a place to rest and sleep because after you eat all that food, unbelievable. Anyway, MikeyMattress.com, 516-322-7112, located right here in Long Island, 86 Hempstead Turnpike in West Hempstead, New York. And listen, if you got any questions, whatever like that, you do your research. You're gonna do whatever you have to do to put it all together. As you can hear, Mike can really answer your questions, and he's very, very knowledgeable in this industry and in this profession. So that's what you want to deal with: someone that's ethical, someone that's knowledgeable, and someone that has the right price and the right product. And Mikey Mattress has that, and they put it all together into one great thing right here, Mikey Mattress. All right, Mike, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. And I'll be coming into Mikey Mattress in Hempstead soon. I might come see you because I know you're flying in, but whatever. We'll get together sooner or later.
I would absolutely love that, and definitely, the biggest message is never make a purchase. Call me. My phone is always on. We've been blessed to have won Best of Long Island.
Oh, that's right.
Amount of times. Yep. The Treasure Coast of being a new company there. That was tremendous. So I just can't thank my customers, my family, and we're truly blessed with just unbelievable, fantastic people in our lives. And yeah, so
I should have brought that up. I should have brought that up because they won Best of Long Island 20, 21, 23, 24, and now 25. And I said that to somebody, and people listen, Mike. They go. I said 20, 21, 23, and 24, and the guy goes, "Well, what about 22?" I said, "Did you ever hear of the pandemic?" I said, and also, and he's right. I mean, even down in Florida, they're winning awards, the coastal awards down in Florida. So, and let me tell you something. If you've ever tried to get a nomination from like Best of Long Island, it's not something that's simple because you got your competitors up against you, okay, and your customers and the people that know you really have to appreciate because they have to take the time to be able to vote for you. So this is not something that's just like a fly-by-night contest. This is something that really says something about Mikey Mattress. 2020, 2021, 2023, 2024, 2025, and I know that recognition means a lot to Mike. So take that into consideration, folks. Absolutely. Mike, once again.
Absolutely. Eric, I can't thank you enough for your time and allowing me to be part of all of this, and I really appreciate you, and I can't thank you enough.
Absolutely. Mikey Mattress, everybody. Mike, thank you so much. And when you're traveling, safe travels, all right? Safe travels, I got on an airplane. I'll tell you the shit real quick. I got on an airplane about a week ago, and I got on, I saw the pilot who was standing out there, and I looked at him, I go, "Do your parents know you're flying a plane?" He laughed. He laughed at me. I said to him, I told him, I said, "Listen, tell you what, no turbulence. When I come off the plane, I got a $20 bill with your name on it. He goes, really? I said, yeah. He's like, getting off the plane. He goes, where's my $20? I go, oh, no. I felt that little jump over St. Louis there, you know, the little bump in the air there, you know. He started laughing. He says, so you're not giving me the $20? I said, we'll see what happens on the flight next time. You know? But so,
God, not a huge fan of flying, so yeah, I'll definitely be throwing 20s if we have to make sure it's no turbulence in a great flight.
My wife's an officer, and she says to me, she says, what would you ever do if there's a problem on a plane? I'd be the one going, excuse me, can I get my peanuts? Please bring the peanuts, bring the wagon up here. You know, don't mind him. Just bring me the wagon. You'll be fine.
Not me. I'd be under the seat praying to God. Oh my God! Don't look for me for any kind of support. I can tell you that.
Oh my Lord! I'm telling you. All right, Mikey Mattress, everybody. One more time. Let me give you the website address: www.mikeymattress.com. Mike, thanks for your time.
Eric, I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate you, and thank you to all the listeners, and can't thank you enough.
One of the things that I've been talking to my kids about, and for those of you that know me, know that we have 10 of them. Yeah. No, I'm not an animal. All right. It's just, yours, mine, and ours, or the Brady Bunch from hell, as I like to call it, joking around. They're really a great group. All right. But between everything that goes on in life, I told them, I said, you know, guys, life doesn't come with a pause button. Stress is going to happen. Anxiety is going to creep in. Relationships are going to get complicated. And sometimes it's just going to feel like it's too much. And if you're experiencing things like that, that's where my friend Dawn Marie Maloney comes in. She's a licensed clinical social worker, okay? And her website is dawnmariemaloney.lcsw.com. You're going to find a safe, supportive space where you can finally talk. And here's the thing, you can be heard. And you can start working through what's weighing on you. So whether you're dealing with anxiety, depression, life transitions, or relationship challenges, Dawn brings compassion, experience, and real understanding to every session. Trust me, okay? Trust me when I tell you this, because, you know, I know you're out there thinking, wow, Eric must be perfect. No, Eric is not perfect. Eric has dealt with stress. Eric has dealt with anxiety. Eric has dealt with relationships that get complicated. And sometimes it really did feel like it's just too much. All right, but at DawnMarieMaloneyLCSW.com, there's no judgment. There's no pressure. It's just real conversations that are going to help you move forward. Taking that first step, it's not always easy. But believe me, it can change everything. Visit DawnMarieMaloneyLCSW.com today and begin your path towards clarity, healing, and peace of mind. You can give her a call. 631-210-6283. That's 631-210-6283. Or like I said, check out our website, www.DawnMarieMaloneyLCSW.com. Dawn Marie Maloney, LCSW.com, because your mental health, it matters.
You've been carrying clouds for miles, smile on your face, tired in your eyes. All those I'm fine alibis, wishing someone really asked why. There's a room where your story can land, where the weight gets named, not banned. Dawn Marie's there, open hands, saying we can start right where you stand. Mental health matters, it matters. Every fear, every tear, every shattered little chapter. Breathe in, you're safe right here. Let your heart speak a little bit louder. Stress, anxiety, all that noise in your head. Lay it down, let it out, take a step instead. Mental health matters, it matters. You don't have to walk this road alone again. When love turns into raised voices, when you're stuck between two choices, relationship cracks in the floor, you don't have to hide them anymore. There's a soft chair and patient eyes, space to tell the unpretty sides. Dawn Marie's listening through the pain, helping you untangle all those chains. Mental health matters, it matters. Every fear, every tear, every shattered little chapter. Breathe in, you're safe right here. Let your heart all the way. Click the hope you've been scared to claim. Don Mary Maloney, LCSW.com. Turn your belly hanging on into I belong. Mental health matters, it matters. Every fear, every tear, every shattered little chapter. Breathe in, you're safe right here. Let your heart speak a little bit louder. Stress, anxiety, all that noise in your head. Lay it down, let it out. Take a step instead. Mental health matters, it matters. You don't have to walk this road alone again. Mental health matters, it matters. You're the light at the end of the tunnel, my friend.
All right, let me talk to you for a second, Long Island. This is Eric, and yeah, this is Long Island News Network, and I'm going to be straight with you. We're building this thing in real time. All right, this is not some big corporation station with 100 people behind the scenes pretending that everything is perfect. It's not. All right, we're working through the little quirks, tweaking things, adjusting, testing, because you know what? That's what building something real actually looks like. And honestly, I got to tell you, I love it. I love what I do. All right, you know, when we're creating, or should I say what we are creating here, isn't just another radio station. It's a platform for Long Island. It's a place where real stories get told, where small business owners actually get heard, and where people, they're actually doing something. Anything, and anyone can step up and be seen and be heard. Okay, too many people are out there invisible. Great businesses, great ideas, great people, and nobody knows who they are. That's what we are fixing. So yeah, you might hear a hiccup here or there. You might catch us trying to something new that we didn't do yesterday. Good. That means we're alive. That means we're growing. Okay. You might even hear some of the stuff from the old stations, some of the old, I'll be honest, some of the old recordings that I did, because I still have a message to put out there. All right. And here's the part that I really want you to hear. This is not just my station. This is yours. If you got a business, if you got a story, if you got something that you're building and you're tired of being overlooked, I want you involved. Come on the air. Let's talk about what you do. Let us, and there are more than one. You know, I'm talking, you know, my guy Vern, let me tell you something. Vern has been such a blessing to the Long Island Small Business Owner Group. All right. And it's amazing that we've never been in the same room together, but I feel so close to this man because we have so much chemistry between us, okay, with regards to what we want to do and the direction that we want to go. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to hear a lot from him as well, all right? You know, let me help you get visible. The more people that we bring into this, the stronger it gets, and the stronger it gets, the more opportunities that it will create for everyone. And I'm not waiting for permission. I'm not waiting for perfect. I'm building this right now, okay? So if you're ready to stop sitting on the sidelines and actually be part of something that's growing, reach out. All right, my email is simple, eric@495.fm, eric@495fm, or you can give me a call. All this stuff is right there on the Long Island News Network.com website. Come on. And as I always say, let's make business happen. Let's not sit around and wait. I call it posting and praying. And everybody, you know, I got to tell you, we put out a post the other day. We're doing something called shout-outs. And I was amazed. I don't even know at this point. I haven't checked it this morning, but when I last checked, it was like 6,000 on the reach. Almost 200, I get so excited when I do this. 200 small business owners reached out and said, yeah, I want to be a part of this. 200. Okay, now I know our group has over 30,000, but you know, and some people, well, 200 is nothing. Yes, it's something. One number is something. Two is something. All right, let's get involved. Okay, let's work together and let's make business happen.
Hello, Long Island. It's Carly, and Wednesday is where things start to separate the ones who are serious from the ones who were just riding a little motivation earlier in the week. By now, that Monday energy is gone, the excitement has faded, and what you're left with is discipline. And that's where real growth actually happens. This is the day where small business owners either stay in the game or start drifting back into old habits, telling themselves they'll pick it up tomorrow. But tomorrow doesn't build businesses, today does. This is your reminder to stay visible, keep showing up, and keep doing the small, simple actions that actually move your business forward. Make the post, send the message, follow up with the lead, have the conversation, because none of it works if nobody sees you, and nobody remembers the business that stays quiet. The ones who win aren't always the most talented, they're the ones who stay consistent when it's not exciting anymore. So if you're feeling that midweek slowdown, good. That means this is your opportunity to separate yourself. Keep going, keep pushing, and keep putting your name out there, because visibility leads to opportunity, and opportunity leads to growth. Let's make business happen.
Before, and I'll say it again, the gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you right now is probably one of the hardest working individuals here on Long Island. When you hear the word vendor, okay, there's a lot of people out there that promote vendors, and they are not, or they don't have the experience or the foundation that Harry from Market Events 111 has, because you know why? He was a vendor. And he'll tell you, he said from the beginning, he's never had, besides from being a vendor and doing what he does, he never worked for anybody. He's always worked for himself. He's the entrepreneur. It's like when you go to the dictionary and you look at the word entrepreneur, Harry's picture's got to be there, I'm telling you. And right now, he's got a lot of stuff going on. First off, the Salmonia Mall, as you know, the Salmonia Mall, which is the old Fortunoff Mall in Nassau County, okay? If you've never been there, I mean, listen, try to get a parking spot, even in today's world. And it's not even really the Fortunoff Mall anymore, but the bottom line is Harry's taken over the entire second floor, sometimes even the first floor, sometimes even an outdoor. He's got something going on. But what we want to talk about before we really get into that, let me introduce you to the guy, okay? Because I'm talking too much here. Harry, welcome to the show, Harry. Good afternoon. It's actually afternoon here.
Wow. Thank you. Listen, every time I get an introduction from you, it's like I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, it's what you wrote. It's what you told me to say, Harry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Thank you, Harry.
I'm kidding.
Always your kind words.
Because you know why? I got to tell you, because you know what? The one thing people will find when I do an interview with somebody, all right, what I say, I really mean. I'm not blowing smoke here, folks. All right, I'm telling you, this is I've watched him. He cares so much about the vendors. He cares about the events. He's had so many great events, and he's got so much. He's going to have a fashion show with swimsuits coming up soon. I think it was what he told me about. But the bottom line is, everything I say about you, Harry, is true. And people that know you and people that get to meet you and people that do business with you, they say, you know what, Eric, you were absolutely right. This is the man that we love doing business with. So you got something going on right now at the Nautical Mile. Tell everybody what's going on.
Yeah, so the Nautical Mile on June 20th, there's going to be a Pride Festival. It's going to be more than that. There's going to be a parade. There's going to be a motorcade. That's the word I was trying to find. There's going to be a motorcade. And I just went to some event. It was an open mic. And at the end of the night, the lady comes up to me. She goes, you know what? I run the Nautical Mile Pride Festival. I liked what you got up on stage and says. I like to work with you. That's the moral of the story. So
what's the date on that? When is that happening?
June 20th.
All right, so June 20th. You're going to be hearing more about the Pride Festival. I'm going to be talking to Harry more about that in the future, but we really want to get it out there. Now, Harry, are you looking for vendors or anybody, with regards to working the festival, or are we just talking about getting people? We want people to come to the festival.
Yeah, either or. Listen, there's room. We took over the whole park at the end of the Nautical Mile. So we're putting a stage. We're getting a stage rented to or loaned to us from the town. Thank you to the town. And it's going to be a big event. There's room for vendors if anybody wants to join, or if you just want to come and just enjoy the day. There's going to be music throughout the day and the night. It's going pretty late. It's going to like almost 10 o'clock at night, so.
That's a question. What time are they starting? Do we know?
2 p.m. We're going to do our motorcade.
Okay.
So we're going to have the motorcade for the Pride Festival 2026 Pride, Nautical Mile Pride. That's the new name that it is, the Nautical Mile Pride.
Very good. So it's 2026 Nautical Mile Pride. Okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna give you the information for Harry in just a second if you're interested in either coming to the event, being a part of the event, being a vendor at the event. As he said, there's always room. But one other thing that Harry is doing that I find really exciting, and he does this, I think he does this every year, is he calls it a nighttime. Now that's at the actual Salmonia Mall, Harry. And when is that starting?
So this is a night market, and yeah, you're right. This is like my third annual now. I've been doing it once a year, every year, always about the same time. This year, I'm just starting it a little early. It's a night market, just like any market that you go to, but instead of it being with the sunlight out there, this one is, the sun's starting to go down. We're starting it from 12 p.m. and it goes all the way till 8 p.m.
Gotcha. So, and that's actually at the Salmonia Mall second floor, right?
Correct.